Deconstructing. Deconstructing. Deconstructing the daydream. Deconstruct.
Thank you for tuning in to Deconstructing the Daydream. I'm your host, Daniel Cannon. Joining me today is Raaket. He's from South Florida, Fort Lauderdale boy, and he's coming to tell us about his music, his collective he's got going on, and other cool stuff. Fort Lauderdale, right?
That's right.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Daniel.
Yeah, anytime. Hunter is his real name, but Raaket's what I'll be calling him. Are you from Fort Lauderdale originally?
No, I'm actually from Alabama.
Okay.
Grew up there, lived in Birmingham before I moved down to the Fort Lauderdale area around 2020 during COVID.
Nice.
So I've been there for about 3 years.
Cool, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm from the panhandle of Florida, and it's like lower Alabama, Destin.
Yeah, Pensacola area.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends from there. Yeah, I grew up in Ozark, small town. It's about a 45-minute hour drive to the border.
Ozark, it's in Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. And now you're down in Fort Lauderdale. You're doing the Lowe's Only thing.
Yep, I'm with Lowe's Only crew. Really stoked to be with them. They've been doing amazing things for me and pushing the Raaket project. So I'm really happy to be with them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who all is Lowe's Only? You've got you. We've got off screen here. We've got your manager.
Yep. So Luigi and his fiance Jolie, they co-run Lowe's Only, co-founded it together. And then on the team, we've got Levitation Jones, we've got King Joe, deep dub artist who's on the come up.
Yeah, I've got a friend who from the Panhandle, Skiz. He's done some stuff with King Joe.
Yep, Skiz, he's cool. We've got another up and coming dubstep producer named T Piston.
Okay.
Awesome guy, high energy.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got Cavern, who is performing tonight with us.
T Piston as well.
T Piston as well. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Both of us will be rocking tonight for the show. And am I missing anybody? I think that's it. I think that's the roster.
That's a solid little lineup of some Florida bass.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Can't forget the boys, Dyad Mafia.
Oh, Dyad. Okay.
Yeah, they're sick, man. They're a duo. They make deep dub, and one of them scratches over it.
That's it.
Yeah, it's really nasty.
We do love to hear that. So that's a cool little collective then.
Yeah, it's solid.
Pretty proper Florida bass.
Yeah, man, we really hold it down, the underground scene. You know, like, I don't think there's anybody else who's kind of doing what we're doing in the underground realm.
Okay.
So we're kind of keeping that scene alive.
Nice. I'll definitely have to come check out a show out y'all's way soon.
Absolutely, man. We have weekly shows in downtown Fort Lauderdale every Thursday.
That's what I was going to ask about, the Kickback Thursday.
Yeah, the Kickback Thursdays, we usually have, like, somebody mid-caliber come to headline, sometimes somebody just local, and then other local talent to support.
Okay.
But it's fun. It's a good time.
And y'all been doing that for a year now?
Yeah, a little over a year. I think it started around October of last year. And they're always pretty fun. And then we'd have some big shows every now and then too, about once every other month.
Cool. So that keeps you pretty busy with weekly and then planning bigger shows on the side.
Right. And like, I'm an artist more than like planning the shows. Like, me and Luigi, we talk about potential bookings and shows and stuff. But, and I help with some of the technical side, like setting up production and helping out, set up the venue and stuff and breaking down. But most of the, booking and stuff goes through Jolie and then Luigi.
Nice. So that gives you time to focus more on the production.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
How's that been going? You recently just announced an LS Dream official remix.
Yeah, man, it's been going really good. That was a very exciting announcement, very hard secret to keep.
I believe it.
Definitely told a few friends, but, the vast majority of people had to keep it low key. But yeah, very exciting. He's one of my main influences from the beginning when I started Raaket about 4 years ago. So it was really exciting to get the chance to remix one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite artists.
That's definitely one of my favorite of his as well.
Yeah, dude, like, I knew I had to come correct, and I was really nervous making it, but it all worked out.
Will we be hearing that tonight?
Absolutely.
Okay. Just gotta check. Just making sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I'll put it, but definitely will get rinsed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's been going good, man. That was a really big opportunity, and I've been trying to now like reach out to other artists who are like-minded with similar styles and trying to work with them and do collabs. Like me and T Piston, we're trying to make a song.
Nice. I checked out his music kind of in preparation for today, and I really like his style. It's like with the slightly stupid appreciation, really beachy things.
Reggae, Irie dubstep.
Yeah, and that's a big flavor of mine for sure.
Yeah, there's a market for it.
Yeah, especially from some authentic beachy Florida boys making it.
He's very authentic. I'll give him that.
That's rad.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear about the All Tonight with that, and you kind of have that sound in you too, like
Oh yeah,
a bunch of songs.
Yeah, I like reggae as well, and I've incorporated that like reggae elements with my music in the past. So like, yeah, I dabble in that area as well with dubstep, but that's definitely his like target. That's like his main focus.
Trying to niche into it a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good thing to do. Like when I always think of that kind of style music, I think of Boogie T.
Boogie T, Dirt Monkey.
But they get so all over the place, rid of me, and then they bounce. They're just kind of like trying to hold down more than one genre. But if you could really like hone in and really make a sound out of it, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and he's definitely finding his sound, so he's doing good.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so you got reggae influences in the music. I hear a lot of hip hop.
Definitely hip hop too. Like before I started Raaket, I was a mobile DJ, playing at colleges and weddings, parties, whatever.
Yeah.
So had to cater to that crowd in Alabama.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear dubstep.
They don't.
They don't want to hear EDM. They just want to hear the same old radio hits that have been playing for years. But incorporating that into dubstep was like the means of maybe bridging the gap and getting those people who don't like it to give it a shot, give it a chance. And, it's fun because some of those rap songs are like, it gives it a new flavor, gives it an exciting new experience for something that's nostalgic. People can sing along. Yeah. Everybody's interactive. I think edits is kind of what makes a set really pop off too, whenever you do something beyond what the song just is.
Yeah, kind of doubling the bass track with some like nasty rap bars.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's very satisfying and it completes the experience for me.
Nice. I love your song, My Name Is.
Yeah.
It's a hype moment for a drop.
Yeah. That was like the third song I made. And I remember I heard that sample, allow me to reintroduce myself. And I was like, I gotta do something with that.
You did good on it.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Is there any other genres outside of those two that you would say? And I mean, obviously, just like bass music as a whole, any other genres that you think kind of bleed into the Raaket project?
Yeah, definitely drum and bass, halftime. Like for me, halftime drum and bass, they kind of go hand in hand. I always love like leading with a halftime drop and then bringing in a drum and bass drop on the second half and then chopping that back to halftime. It's always very satisfying to me. I've dabbled in deep dub a bit, but it's not really something I would like incorporate with my project a lot. But I got my like startup learning from a producer who makes deep dub. Okay. He goes by Liquid.
Liquid.
Yeah. He's awesome. He's based in Birmingham, where I'm from. We were roommates, and he taught me Ableton. He taught me Serum. He taught me how to not suck.
Takes practice.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice, a lot of time. But I give him a lot of credit to getting me off the ground, so to say. But yeah, deep dub, and I don't think I will ever dabble with house or.
House is an interesting one. I feel like it's got that you either fuck with it or don't, and then to incorporate it into a live set almost instantly shifts the energy to a more clubby dance floor.
Like, I feel like one or two house songs in a set is cool just to switch it up and like give that higher energy. But for me personally, just the Raaket project, it's not something like I would seek to incorporate with my sets because it just isn't what I want to project. I do love trap music though.
Yeah.
And trap music can be in that BPM, like that slower kind of swing, 120, 130 beats per minute. So I do like that. So some trap music as well, but not knocking house. Just
no, I love house,
me.
but I get the perspective for sure, and a lot of my friends are like that. How'd you decide on Raaket as a name?
Awesome question. So coming from Alabama, there's not a lot of people who appreciate electronic music. To them, if they were to hear a song, they may just think it's literally a bunch of racket. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I wanted to hone in on that because I didn't really want to do what was, I guess, more acceptable in the tradition of growing up in Alabama and small town Southern living. So I was like, I want to own the like brand of you either like this music or you don't, you know? So when you come to one of my sets and you hear what my name is, you're like, oh, Raaket? Oh, I get it. I like it. Or if you don't like it, it's like, oh, Raaket.
That's some loud ass Raaket.
That makes sense. Yep, sounds about right. So no matter what, the name kind of makes sense to whatever you hear and however you experience it.
Yeah, that's good. That's exactly how I thought of it in my head. I'm like, it's just like a commotion, and you have a bombastic sound where it's like just kind of blaring. And it's exactly if it's your style of music, I love it. But I told my grandmother about this and doing this podcast, and I'm like, you'll probably think it's some Raaket for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, even my mom was like, oh, you sure you want to do that? Because it's not a complimentary word. Like, no, I want it to swing both ways.
Yeah, and you can like redefine the language around it, make it a compliment.
Yeah, make it a compliment. Yeah, right. So, that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to make that crazy sound, that crazy bass into something that's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because for me, the crazier the sound or the drop, the more I'm like,
yeah,
I love it.
That's dope, dude. That's you guys also so you do Lowe's only shows, and then there's a low end theory. Is that you guys too?
So that was a recent partnership with Wobaholics.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's still an active thing, but it was. We do a couple shows, and they were larger scale, bigger artists, bigger venues, but with big risk comes not potentially a big reward. It's a much tougher market.
Yeah, so it's not as sustainable as doing like the Kickback Thursdays, the couple months shows.
Exactly. So it's a new venture. It's a new partnership. We're still, I guess, exploring new shows to do, but as of right now, I don't think there's any talks of any future low-end theories at the moment, but it's not completely off the table.
Cool.
But we did have some fun shows. We booked Champagne Drip, which was really cool.
That would have been dope.
And then, who was the other show? Dr. P and Dirty Snatcher.
Nice.
That one was tight.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I was acting feral at the Dr. P set. Oh my god.
Nice.
It was ignorant.
Dr. P and Dirty Snatcher and Champagne Drip. I just saw Champagne Drip for my first time at Hula. He was great.
Yeah, he's sick. Very good blend of like heavy dubstep with some pretty melodic stuff, And
I like that. But as far as your project goes, you're steering a little bit away from the melody, I'd say.
So, yeah, like
direct hitting.
Yeah, like I do like pretty stuff, but I feel like the name Raaket doesn't really coincide with pretty music. Like, I made one song that I would maybe classify as pretty, or maybe two. Me and Brett Cavern,
okay,
we made a collab called Breakthrough.
Yeah, that's
It's
a pretty song.
yeah, it's definitely more melodic and pretty, but it does have like that kind of more deep, like you say, bombastic bass line to it. And then I have my song "Goodbye," which came out on Webaholics, and that has a pretty vibe to it, like with the horns and the melody and the female vocals.
Yeah.
You know, like, so it's a good blend of like pretty but nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah, so I do want to explore that part of my project down the line, but I'm still wanting to build up just being known for like making nasty experimental bass.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you got plenty of time. How old are you?
27.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're young enough to experiment down the line in crafts.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, definitely in the prime, I would say.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice. That's pretty much most of the like questions I had off rip. But if you have anything else like that you want to highlight coming up, any shows, I saw you opening for Smith at TK.
Yeah, me, Smith, and Cyber G. We're gonna be throwing down at TK Lounge Thursday, December 14th.
Okay.
That's gonna be a real slapper. I'm stoked to see Smith. He's disgusting, and then Cyber G. He's sick too. So that'll be a fun show. No other bookings that I can remember or that I can at least announce yet.
Yeah.
And as far as releases go, next Tuesday, the Ellis Stream collab comes out on Wakan.
Expand the universe.
Yeah. So very excited about that. Plus, Wakan has been one of the biggest goals of mine to release on since I started Raaket. And so I'm kind of getting two birds stoned at once, so to say.
Yeah.
Getting a Wakan release and Ellis Stream remix. So
yeah, that's sick.
Very excited.
Made its way to Liquid Stranger's ears, so that's
yeah, maybe
big ups to him.
Yeah, man. Now I'm gonna put out my manifestations to play that festival next year.
That would be sick.
Or make an EP or a single that they would like to release in the future as well. I know that's a long wait list, but
oh yeah, I'm sure their files are running pretty deep nowadays.
Yeah, everybody wants that, you know.
But you've got a good sound. I think you've got a good shot for it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're still dialing it in. You know, Raaket's only 4 years old this October, so just a month ago. So I feel like we're just kind of getting started, getting our feet off the ground. And again, a lot of gratitude to all my friends and fans, supporters since the beginning, along the way. And currently Lowe's Only, you know, pushing me as hard as they can and putting my name out there and gassing me up.
Nice. It's made its way to this side of this coast of Florida.
Yeah,
so.
we're on the west side.
Yeah.
So feels good. Taking over.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Shit, I just had a question and completely lost it. But you're releasing on Wakan, and you are. That's okay. It'll come back if it does.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug in your socials too, so everyone knows where to follow you?
Yeah. Every platform is at Raaket Official, RAAKET Official. Twitter, Instagram. I'm going to start a Facebook group here soon. Like, I have a page, but I've been told that I need, like, not a page, but a group where people basically interact and who are fans of mine and post stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen that's, like, really popular. So that's something I'm going to start soon. I'm thinking about calling it Raaketeers.
Okay.
Young Raaketeers or something like that.
That's good.
So maybe keep an eye out for that. Let's see. Anything else?
They also have a function, I think, on Instagram to do the same now. I've been seeing that recently. I forgot whose page I clicked, but it's like, I think it was Smith actually, but he's got a little like subdivision where you can click in and.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can explore that avenue in a couple ways now.
Yeah, no, I need to look into that. I'm not the most savvy on socials. I need to be better. That's one side of my project that definitely can improve. I feel like I put 80% of my time and effort into music and 20% into socials. And
well, but you're focused on the art. Like, as long as you got friends around with you to help you with captions and photos, like
yeah,
you You gotta stick true to what you're doing, you know, making your art.
Yeah, one day maybe have some extra money, I'll hire somebody to handle that. But
And you're a Slightly Stupid fan. Are you a Star Wars fan too?
yeah, I guess it sure checks both of those boxes.
Yeah.
Love Slightly Stupid. That's definitely my jam whenever I'm not trying to listen to dubstep and I just want to listen to show music.
Same.
Slightly Stupid, Sublime, Frogben.
Mm-hmm. Seems like similar taste, my friend. I like Stick Figure, Slightly Stupid.
Stick Figure, Sticky Fingers.
Sticky Fingers is great. Nice. So it's cool to, kind of know, because I know everyone can't have their ear on a subwoofer all the time. So it's like, when you tune out a bass, what are you turning on?
Yeah, I think my go-to is Krogben. They're just like the chillest music.
They're great. Shout out to Khruangbin for sure.
Or Khruangbin, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but I love their music.
Yeah, they're good. Alrighty. Raaket, we've covered your career really well and what you got going on. Seems like you got a good gang of people behind you in the Fort Lauderdale scene.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping to see y'all thrive as a gang. That's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
How'd you go about meeting all those kids?
So when I moved to South Florida, I actually had a different circle of friends. There's a group, they're called One Vibe down in South Florida. They throw a lot of more heavy dubstep-oriented shows. And I worked with them for a while, but then somebody who works with Lowe's Only, his name is Alex, they reached out to me to book me for a Lowe's Only show with Levitation Jones and Something Strange. And it was at this cool warehouse. It was like a yoga studio, but really proper setup, really fun show. And it was a banger. Like, it was super fun. And at the end of the night, I got to meet Luigi, and that was where it all started. But then we met up again by just happen chance at a festival called Asteria.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of it.
You heard of it?
How was that?
It was rough. It was rough. It was fun, but it was rough. I don't want to say anything bad, but
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, at that festival, we were all kind of in survival mode, and we kind of trooped it out together. But that's where me and Luigi started talking more and hanging out, and after that, we, hung out more and really hit it off. And we were kind of more aligned, more so with like where I wanted to go with my project, where he wanted to go with throwing shows. So eventually it was a mutual breakup between me and One Vibe, and I went my separate way and partnered with Lowe's Only.
Nice.
And now me and Luigi were really good friends and, partners in crime, so to say, with the whole Lowe's Only thing. Like, I do what I can behind the scenes with him. But again, it's mostly Jolie and him holding it down, running things. But yeah, I guess we became friends like about a year and a half, 2 years ago, not long after I moved down. But it was, I didn't know him whenever I moved down. It was a complete friend group switch, flip.
Okay. Yeah, you got plugged in fast in a few years of living in a big city. That's cool.
And I mean, I'll give a lot of credit to One Vibe. I got to play a lot of shows, got to grow my fan base, got to meet a lot of cool people, and that kind of got my name out there to the masses in the beginning, and then changed teams, and now we're keeping on. So
that's similar to me and Forrest thing. He kind of started out vending tie-dye a lot, vending a lot of craft works, and he wanted to expand that career. I've been wanting to start a podcast, but just haven't felt like it was the right time. And I have some of the equipment at home. I've been investing in more, and it's been a mutual beneficial kind of partnership to where we're going to be able to promote his shows easily while also promoting our guest platforms and like DJs he has on, kind of getting to know them better. So
nice.
Yeah, it should be a really beneficial mutual relationship.
That's cool, man. Yeah, this is fun. I've never been on a podcast before.
Me neither.
Well,
but I'm expecting to be on a lot more, and I'd love to host any Lowe's Only boys in the future when y'all come to town for shows.
Absolutely.
It'd be a lot of fun. You guys seem cool.
Oh yeah.
And a question from earlier, I remember now. You've got a mix series on your SoundCloud.
Yeah. What's with all that racket?
What's with all that racket? How
Yeah.
many volumes of that are there?
We're 4 volumes are out now,
Okay.
so we'll be on volume 5 here soon.
Definitely working on a 5th.
Huh?
Definitely working on a 5th volume.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like the more I produce, like I want to kind of have more originals than other people's music, and my goal is to be like almost all original for that one. So it may be a little while. Like I'm thinking maybe February or March.
Cool.
It was when it might come out next year. That's the goal, but yeah, it definitely will be something to look forward to.
That's awesome. I like those a lot.
Yeah, I definitely put a lot of effort to create a cool mix and cool experience for anybody who's a fan or who hasn't heard of me. So it's a great, like, what's this guy about? You know,
Yeah.
what's with all that racket?
A little showcase of what's to come.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, my mom used to scream that at me from the living room when I was a kid, so.
My mom, too. So my mom's from, she was born in Huntsville, but grew up in Columbus. So I think that was the reason I loved the name so quick. It was like, if I didn't hear my mom and grandmother's just screaming about, what the fuck is all that racket,
Exactly.
commotion, fucking nonsense?
Yeah.
Over anything. So yeah, of course, by the time I started playing bass in the house, it's like,
Damn it.
yeah, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. And then also, like, it was a way for people to understand what my name is. Because, believe it or not, some people mispronounce it, don't know what it is. They think it's Raaket or something.
Raaket.
Raaket. You'd be surprised some of the people who've said it. But even with the mix series, you know. But that's kind of how I spell it out, put it on a silver platter so you know what it is.
Racket. For the record, racket,
For the
not
record.
Raaket, not
Raaket
what you do
or
with the
Raaket.
Rocket.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, people struggle with reading, and when people get creative with DJ names, it definitely adds a little flair of like,
Yeah,
what the
like
fuck am I reading?
I've had my struggles reading certain names, you know, but so I get it.
But it's just an A instead of a C. It's not like
Yeah, like it's just
breaking the wheel.
Yeah, you gotta stand out, and that way when people Google you, you're the only result.
Right.
You don't want
You don't
to
want
be on the
Webster
third page.
definition.
If I was Raaket, Raaket, there'd be 2 pages of tennis rackets and whatever before you got to me.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. You got to build a brand out of it, but it's a fitting name. I'm excited. Are you excited for this venue, for what you've seen so far?
Yeah, very excited, man. Looks like y'all really came correct. Brought a lot of production. So
right now, if there is any audio that sounds any kind of murky for the audience, there's a pot and brunch show going on. All right, so you'll be heading to the Janice show. Janice is a cool spot. You'll really enjoy it. And I think you mentioned that LS Dream's been playing your version of his song, so you'll get to see that live.
Yeah. He made a really cool edit with his song High Vibration and my song Homecoming.
Okay.
And I had no idea until I got a call from Luigi. It's like, are you watching the Lost Lands live stream right now? I'm like, no, what happened? He's like, LS Dream just dropped your song. And he screen recorded it, sent me the video.
Yeah, that's got to be a crazy feeling, huh?
Very crazy feeling.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
So LS Dream's a huge influence. We covered a lot of the outside of the genre influences. Are there any other people who you think are kind of seminal to the Raaket project?
Yeah, like I've always admired the greats. Like I would say Liquid Stranger, Jansen, Skrillex too, but like I feel like he owns his own lane of like dubstep, you know what I mean? So I can't replicate what he does, and I'm not saying I'm replicating what anyone else is doing, but I definitely pull influence from LS Dream, Liquid Stranger, Jansen. Those were like my big 3.
Nice.
And
I hear the Jansen. Back to that Mix 4 Selecta.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo is the name of the song.
that he has.
Yeah, and I really
Yeah.
like how you incorporate that into the mix. It sounds great.
Oh, thank you.
Slows down for a little bit. It's really good.
Yeah, and then also Mersive, he's a big influence too.
Kid's coming up crazy.
Yeah, man, he's doing big things, but he deserves it. I mean, he's got his just incredible sound, and his sets are always just as incredible too.
Yeah, carved a very specific lane there. I like it.
Yeah,
And I think your music is similar in a way. I very much hear the Jansen now that you've said something.
right.
But it's a Florida specific version, kind of where your setting is and what you got going on.
Thank you. Yeah.
With the South influence of mom screaming about Raaket.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Mersive, I want to give him a shout out too. He's helped me out with my project a lot. He gave me a big label release on Moreflow, or a compilation about a year or two ago. My song "Get Down," which is one of my best songs out, and he also invited me to play one of his tour stops. I was super grateful for that as well.
Where'd you play for him, man?
It was in Tallahassee, Florida, at
Okay.
a college bar called Potbelly's.
Yeah, I've been out. I partied with FSU kids a time or two.
Yeah, they were rowdy, man.
Yeah, good fitting crowd for a Raaket project, I'd say. Rowdy.
Absolutely, yeah. They loved the rap edits and the grimy dubstep, so
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. So
it's all fun. And how was that show all in all?
it was sick because it reminded me of when I was in college DJing for fraternity and sorority events, and that energy that young college kids who are getting trashed have,
Yeah,
that, like a normal festival crowd, I don't want to say doesn't have, but like it's different. You know what I mean? Like a festival crowd, or like people who pay to see an artist, they get down different than college kids who are there just like,
just a rage.
yeah, just to rage and go as hard as possible. Like,
And
it was
that's
fun.
an interesting avenue of getting your foot in the door on DJing. You did weddings, colleges, a lot less of playing your own music and just kind of fitting the vibe of.
Yeah, I would try to slip in dubstep here and there, but it was usually unsuccessful.
Yeah,
Like I would have to play trap music, which kind of worked, but like it wasn't received well by most audiences. Like there was one club, Birmingham, called Woody's, that was like our haven for that music. Every weekend we would, everybody who was about that would pull up, and that's where I got a lot of experience playing open decks. It was a collective called Hetty Made Weird that ran that club.
Hetty Made Weird.
Hetty Made Weird.
Made MAIN.
Made MADE.
Made.
Made Weird. Yeah.
Hetty Made Weird.
Sorry, it's probably hard to hear with.
No worries. Yeah, got a concert going on in the background.
Literally.
So.
But I got to play on CDJs there. That's where I learned how to DJ on CDJs. Because before I just had a tractor board, a little S2.
Yeah.
And that was cool. But once you plug into a CDJ, you don't have a laptop in front of you. It's so different and way more fun.
Yeah.
It's like real. I don't want to say real DJing, but it's
coming a little bit more correct with the equipment and allows more avenues.
Yeah. You have a lot more at your fingertips compared to on a keyboard.
Yeah, that's interesting. I played with my friends CDJs drunk at people's houses, but I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just mashing buttons.
Dude, half the effects on there, I don't even know what they do yet, but it's fun.
But you're figuring it out. That's cool.
You right? Yeah. It's a good time.
Thanks. So, who all do we have playing tonight? We've got you headlining the main room, and then there's gonna be your homies Cavern.
Cavern, T-Piston, and then Nobody's King.
Nobody's King.
Who's also South Florida based as well.
Yeah, a bunch of South Florida boys. Y'all are all around Fort Lauderdale or no?
Yeah, some of us are like in Boynton Beach.
Okay.
Cavern, he's actually a local. He lives not even 10 minutes.
Kid.
He's not even 10 minutes from here.
Okay.
And then Nobody's King, I think, lives around Miami or somewhere south of Fort Lauderdale, if I'm not mistaken. Key West. Oh,
my God.
South as it gets.
Yeah, you gotta love how far Florida stretches. That sucks.
Yeah. that's brutal. But yeah, he's making the trip for the show tonight. So
That's passion.
yeah,
Shit, that's fun.
It'll be fun though.
We
It's a
got
good
our
lineup.
boy who's helping with editing and volume control, Drew, in the back, and he's going to be playing in the second room. Drewish is his name. Should be a fun event. All in all, I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, same here.
Is there anything else y'all are going to do fun? And I know your day's probably full. Y'all are leaving town tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think we've planned anything for tomorrow. Sunday, may hang out for a bit, get a good breakfast, and then hit the road.
You should check out the city. It's a beautiful town.
Oh yeah, the downtown area is beautiful.
Yeah.
Been a few times.
And this time of year, it gets all lit up, very Christmassy, so they have lights hanging from all the trees and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, be a good time. If y'all have time, I'm sure y'all got to get back to y'all side of Florida.
Yeah, just get back to our bed.
Yeah. It's hard doing the whole drive-in, crashing where you can, but it's following the dream.
It's part of it, man.
Is there any big setbacks that have came up along the way where you were unexpected, or you had kind of like, you know, audio equipment failure, where you thought a song was going to succeed and it crashed? Or
There's definitely been a few times where I export a song and I don't test it, and I find out the hard way that I left something off or didn't do something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as major setbacks or train wrecks, I can't think of anything that's happened within the past year or two that's really been like, you know what I mean? Like, it's been mostly good. There's some times when you lose power, when things are getting pushed too hard, or sometimes it rains and kind of messes up the setting, or you have to cover up and just kind of make do. I will say one time that I really was like struggling was the first year I played Forbidden Kingdom. It was on an art car, and the sun was shining so bright you couldn't really see the screen on these CDJs, and they had cut Bud Light boxes made them as these little covers for the CDJ screen, but it didn't work, and I'm literally up there like I can't even see the waveform or what I'm doing. I'm just like praying I do these transitions right.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't had any major setbacks. I've been very blessed.
That's good.
I've watched a lot of people endure very frustrating experiences with their sets, and I just stand back and cringe, and I hate to see it happen, but
thankful that it's not happening to you.
I have to just feel very blessed and fortunate that I haven't endured anything crazy like that yet.
That's cool. I saw, I didn't go to Okeechobee this year, but I saw photos and everything, and you got to do a pretty cool art installation.
Yeah, that art car was sick. That was a Lovaholics takeover.
Okay.
Big shout out to them too. They've been a lot for my project, for releasing songs and booking me for shows. So they put me on the takeover of that art car, which was like a stagecoach that came out of a time machine from the 20s with the massive megaphones that had functions in it.
Yeah, the photos come out making it just look like a time and a fucking half.
Yeah, no, it was dope. Crowd energy was off the hook, and to top it off, it was on my birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's a proper celebration.
Oh, what a time.
We were popping champagne mid-set.
Good shit.
Eating cake.
Good shit, boys. That's nice.
It was fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okeechobee's a fun crowd to kind of, they accept a lot of up-and-coming shit real easily because everyone there is so bass-centric. And
yeah, it's a good blend.
It is, and they've got other shows going on with rap and everything else, but tons of jam. But as far as the kids who meet out there, it's a good little bass crowd.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorite festivals because it was my first camping festival back in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been going every year since then. It always lands on my birthday.
Yeah.
But next year, I'm taking a hiatus.
Yeah.
For, I'm sure certain reasons, but...
Yeah, they've had some struggles throughout their years, too.
Yeah, last year wasn't a smooth festival as it has been in the past, but, maybe it's for the best they take a year off.
Yeah.
But I'll be back next year.
Do you go to any other Florida festivals or any ones like that you try to make a regular thing other than Oki?
Florida festivals, Forbidden Kingdom.
Forbidden Kingdom.
I've gone to that 3 times. Been booked to play it twice. Hoping I get booked again this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
We've made some good relations with people who run that. A guy named Pepe.
Okay.
So hopefully it brings us back for round 3.
Nice.
Other Florida festivals. It was Asteria, but again, one and done.
A lot of them come and go fast, yeah.
I feel like there's another festival I'm forgetting. It's in Florida.
Do you ever go out to Swanee at all? It's a little north.
Oh yeah, went to Tipper and Friends a couple years ago. That was sick.
Yeah, Tipper and Friends always a fun time.
Would love to go to Hula, but it's just never been in my cards.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that maybe this year or next year, can swing it.
Hopefully we can get the String Cheese Boys listening and book Raaket for Hula. Hula's a hell of a time. That's like, on this side of Florida, that's everyone's festy.
Yeah.
Festival.
I've heard that's one of
Famous shit. Everyone's just having a time.
I've heard that's one of like the festivals people go to every year.
Yeah.
They have a whole community. They have their spot. It's like a whole thing.
It's almost annoying because you'll like try to step on, a plot of land and people are like, back off, I've been here since 2014.
Right. Very turf oriented.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's a blast. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you're getting booked a lot around Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think about like getting a van set up, trying to get more it spreads your regional access to your music?
What do you mean band setup? Like a good travel?
Yeah, is there any kind of means to, like, I have some artist friends who they like try to get a Sprinter or old hippie van and put all their decks in and just go where they can.
That would be sick. I have a Honda CRV, which I guess could be my little van, my travel van, so to say. It's been really good to me.
Nice.
I've had it for a number of years, and when I was a mobile DJ, I would transport 2 tops, a sub, lights, table, decks, the whole 9. Basically a whole small stage setup. So
you got the means to get it around town for sure.
Yeah, and I've kind of gotten used to traveling. Like, I just got done driving from Alabama, the north part and the southern part, spending time with friends and family. So just put on a good podcast or listen to some music before you know it, you're there.
Put this podcast on for one of your future.
Exactly, or any of the future podcasts you do.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're good. I hope you will tune in.
Absolutely.
It's been an interesting first start. I don't, if you got anything else to touch on, I feel like we pretty much covered a lot.
Yeah. I guess before I go, I'd just like to give shout outs to everybody who's really helped me along the way. Somebody I forgot to mention is Smokeland.
Smokeland?
Yeah. They did something really big for me on New Year's for a immersive show in Atlanta. They literally stopped the music and was like, I don't know if you guys have heard of Raaket, but he's in the crowd right now. We're going to play 2 of his songs. And they did just that. It was a really cool experience. That was one of the biggest things anyone's done for me as far as like, especially early on, to get my name and my music out there. And a lot of people to this day will come up to me and they'll be like, that's when I first heard of you, was when Smokeland gave you that massive shout out, played your music, and they've been keeping up with me ever since.
Nice.
So big shout out to them. Shout out to Mersive for putting me on like the More Flow for release. And E-Force, opening up with Get Down. That was incredible.
That sounds like a good experience.
Yeah, I got to be there and witness it. Unreal. And shout out Lovaholics, shout out Lows Only, shout out Upside Down Collective, which is the first collective I was a part of in Birmingham.
Okay.
That's we DJ'd a lot at that bar, Woody's, I mentioned.
Yeah, the little haven.
The Wook Haven.
Yeah.
Shout out One Vibe in the beginning in Florida.
Nice. So a lot of collectives help get you to where you seem like you're in a happy spot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's, you can never forget where you come from.
Yeah.
And get a big head. And I'm doing my best to not do that. Stay humble and always show gratitude.
Nice. That's cool. Fitting for a post-Thanksgiving episode is the theme of gratitude.
Yeah, definitely a good theme for this podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna, in future episodes, talk more with, like, I'm trying to get on monks and random shit, but right now it's just, like, base connects or what I have the most, like, readily accessible.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you tune in, you'll hear more talks about random themes of compassion,
Yeah.
gratitude,
No.
hippie stuff, work
Yeah.
stuff.
No, for any of my long drives, I'll definitely tune in.
Nice. All right, well, we're going to wrap up Deconstructing the Daydream. This is our guest, Raaket. Definitely check out him and his boys, the Lowe's Only Gang, T-Piston, Cavern, Nobody's King. Everyone else who's on the Lowe's Only Gang.
King Joe, Dyad Mafia.
You got it.
Yeah.
Everyone who we mentioned, continue with those names because I've forgotten them all.
Yeah,
I want them to get a proper
shout. Definitely look up the whole Lowe's Only roster. King Joe, Dyad Mafia, Cavern, T-Piston. Many of you probably already know Levitation Jones, but if not, look him up. And, follow Lowe's Only on Instagram. Keep up with us. If you're in South Florida, we'll have something going down on Thursdays on the block or maybe a big show somewhere. So
nice. I look forward to coming y'all's way for a kickback or something too.
Absolutely, man.
All right, brother. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, pleasure meeting you.
I look forward to your set tonight, and we can call it a wrap, boys.